Hello friends and family. Yes, we're building a Lego clock today, but first, welcome. One of my 2021 goals is to do YouTube, and this is the beginning of my invitation to you to help me be held accountable and keeping that goal. I intend this week to upload a video each weekday, so that'll be 5 videos this week, and then for the rest of February I'm going to try and upload 2 videos every week. So the whole point of all these videos that I'm going to be doing, this overload at the beginning of this real reimagining of this channel that I really have not done anything consistent on ever, is to give you, the viewers, a little bit of a sampler. Let you know what kind of videos I'm going to be making on this channel. Obviously, I have no idea what to do with my hands. Let you know what kind of videos I'm going to be doing on this channel. As I do that, I'll fill in all these beautiful empty frames as I go with things related to the types of stuff I'm going to be covering, and give you a chance to see if this is something you want to do. So what I'm going to ask of you as a starter to help holding me accountable is to subscribe for a month. Just give me a month to show you what I'm going to be doing. And after a month watching those videos, there'll be about 10 or so. If you have zero interest in the types of things I'm showing, unsubscribe. No skin off your back. But give it a shot. That's all I'm asking. Hold me accountable. Help me start out with this goal strong. And enough of that business. Let's do some Lego. Let's build a clock. In order to build my Lego clock, I bought a little clock kit. It came with the clock mechanism, set the time, install a battery, which, oops, got the batteries for. Came with a few arms. It actually came with 2 of these, so I guess I can mess up. And a hook to hang on the wall. But because I'm doing a Lego clock, I'm going to use Lego tools as my hanging mechanism. If anything, I'll just use this as a reinforcement, but we'll see how this goes. I'm going to figure it out alongside you. But step 1 when you're building a Lego clock is you need to design it. The way I did this, and as you see on your screen right now, I basically got on paint.net, which is my Photoshop substitute of choice. It's free, it's great. And tweaked around a little bit, made a few faux Lego squares, and decided how I wanted all my numbers to look for that clock. And then I got out a board of Lego, not the one I'm using for my clock, and played around with it to see how things would look. And then step 2 was ordering the things I needed, which included that clock kit, a few more Lego pieces that are partially built in here, and a new Lego board. It's going to be a nice white clock. You dizzy yet? Okay. So, we're going to see how this goes and give it all a shot. First thing I'm going to do is construct this bad boy. So let's move my camera and do that. So I decided to go white. I might change my mind later and do green, but that'll be expensive because, as you're going to see later, we're going to get a little crazy. But first things first, I'm going to lay out the clock on the board. And then I'm going to do the actual clock mechanism construction. So this is just to find the center of the board. So I am not making everything off center. And then let's put the board together. For the pieces or the numbers, I decided to, as I mentioned, I kind of just designed them on paint.net, but I decided to go with 3x4, so every number fits into a 3x4 grid. The ones are skinnier, of course, but everything else is 3x4, so this is 2 for 12. The rest of the numbers I'm going to speed through, not talk through, and just get them on the board, and I'll talk to you soon. So now I've got my numbers here, and now I'm going to add a few tick marks around the edge to help give a visual cue that we are on that number. So, for example, right here, I'm going to put one for 1, for when the 1 o'clock hour begins. And then right here, I'm going to put one for 2, and then I'm going to do the same all the way around the board. Okay, Gotta be honest, after I've put those on, I'm not sure I like them, but for now, I'm gonna leave them. And here comes the scary part. For this kit, see, we need to make a hole in the middle so we can put the clock through. For this kit, that requires a 5/8 inch thick drill bit, and clearly a drill, and unsurprisingly, a drill battery. Obligatory, don't try this at home. Alyssa had the idea to melt the hole instead of drilling it cold because the Lego could crack. So we're starting, instead of with the 5/8 drill bit, with a poker that we're heating up with lighter, and we'll see how it goes. 3/16 hot drill bit.
Butter. I'll go backwards, please.
Now 1/4, so just under the size we need.
Uh-oh. Got the gas.
No cracking. I think that's good.
Does it fit?
Yep, it fits.
Ta-da!
We have a clock face with a hole in it. A Lego clock face with a hole in it. And these middle studs, I don't know if you can see it. I'll try and help the camera pick up on that. But they're not perfectly centered, and some of them got a little munged up when we were melt drilling through it, but it'll work for our project. As you can see, my clock device fits right in there. So first, it says to put on your hardware, which we just talked about, and you want your hardware to be away from the battery so you can still get to the battery. Oops. I mean, I guess you can still get it in anyways, but I want the battery on the bottom because this is the top. So yeah, you put the hardware on, and that'll click right into place. Then I'm going to put this guy on to give a little bit of buffer between my Lego board, and then I'm going to apply a washer, and hopefully I can get this tight enough, and then let's throw this hex nut on here to get her nice and secure. Now make sure on the back that I've actually got it in the right spot. So yeah. Let's get you locked in there. And for me, I'm just going to use my fingers to tighten this, but if you're doing it yourself, you might want to use something more. Because of the way this Lego is, I don't want to get it too tight and get it stuck in and damage the Lego, or make it so I damage the clock piece. So that's on. The back is lined up how I want it. And now I'm going to take according to the steps, it says attach the hour hand shaft at the 12 o'clock position. So it kind of gets a little snug in. That's right at 12. Oh, I'm holding this upside down. Right side up for me, but upside down for you. So 12 o'clock position. And it kind of just fits snug around that plastic. So then I'm going to take the minute hand and also put it at the 12 o'clock position. It's going to get snug around the next ring of plastic. Hopefully I can get it on nice and straight. Yeah, those are both right there. And then it says gently screw, which is this last thing, the minute hooks into place, which is attached to the second hand. So So that's midnight. So it is currently 7:45. So let's get this puppy all the way to 7. Oh boy. 5. Here, I need to get this thing to 7:45. So, oops, I should have gone the other direction, but at this point, it's too late. 7:45 is an easy time to get to, though, so we got 7, and then past the 7 o'clock, not quite to 8 o'clock. Oh, wait a second. What's that look like? Ooh. That's almost 9. I went an hour too far. So let's go back. Oopsie. Fingers in the way. That's it. Now I'm going to pop in a battery, even though now it just became 7:46. Let's kick that up a notch. Then let's pop in. The website says to use Duracell, and that's what I've got. So, and yeah, that second hand is moving on its own. So that is a Lego clock. Drop it right there. Right there. I don't know what I'm going to do, but that was really fun. So yeah, we have a Lego clock. That's what we're doing today. Again, there's going to be a sampler of videos this week. So please, if you have not already, subscribe. Check out what we got, where there's going to be more Lego content on this channel. That's the sampler for Lego, even though we also built a new thing, built a clock. So that was really cool. To go over what we did. Step 1, yeah, design the clock. Step 2, you do the terrifying thing of drilling a hole in the middle of your clock. And step 3 is you assemble. Pretty easy, do-it-yourself job. Honestly, I'd recommend it if you've got kids that love Lego or you love Lego yourself. It's a fun timepiece. And I will fix that so it's not pointing at the ceiling quite as much here soon. But yeah, with that all being said, I'm Tanner WJ. Play hard and build on.